What's going on, guys? It's Johnny with Learn to Earn. Hope you guys are all having a great day. It is December 4th, 2025. Markets are officially open. It is 8:32 my time, and we are live. Welcome. Markets are selling off again. It was a nice push by QQQ in the pre-market sessions, and now beginning to sell off again. Possible oversold reversal here after a nice overbought reversal pre-market. It's gonna be sharing my link. Everything seems to be dropping today. All right, link is shared. Let's see. Bitcoin. Oh yeah, Bitcoin seemed to be dropping, trying to hold around 92,500. MSTR, very choppy this morning. What's going on with Meta? Meta pushed up from 644 to 687 and sold off all the way down to 666. The news is Meta stock surges after Zuckerberg plans 30% cuts to resource burning metaverse dream. Interesting. Let's see, what else do we got going on? Microsoft selling off but trying to hold. Tesla very choppy, but love to see this recovery here. Google selling off and now below the moving averages and the VWAP. Apple continuing to sell off, make lower lows. Amazon selling off this morning. AMD, very nice recovery after a $4 sell-off. Nvidia pushing up. Hood and PayPal doing the same. They're all reacting pretty much the same. Intel selling off. Chipotle selling off. SoFi, nice push above that moving average. Sound, ooh, look at Sound. From 1174 to 1240. This is finally breaking out of that. Remember we called it that basically consolidation period. It's like it's finally breaking out, but there is some more resistance around this level, so be careful that this doesn't pull back. But Sound would be a nice play, potentially pushing up. It's up 5% on the day. It's buying when we know that confirmation is there. Above those moving averages, we could have actually benefited from that. Buying that low, selling that high. Still live? Yeah, it's red though. Red and orange. Not good. Because all the snow. It snowed yesterday. Pretty good. Man, how much higher up can this go? Definitely broke. Could it be another continuation play like yesterday? I'd hate to miss it if it is. Lunar pushed up very nicely. We could have held this yesterday. We did trade it yesterday. This very nice move here we traded. We could have actually held it and been up even more. Open is also pushing up this morning. Overall markets, that's why, because the markets are pushing up. Interesting. Sound has plenty of room to move. But on what news? SoundHound AI joins Barclay Annual Global Technology Conference. Okay. It's pretty good news. Yeah, this was another beautiful move this morning. $10.13 to $10.85 on LUNR. Sound, another beautiful move as well. 1164 pushed up to 12, got rejected and then validated support on the moving average around 1175, pushed all the way up to 1244. Nice 5% move, almost 6% move here for Sound. Now I believe it's potentially a little bit too late. Now, LUNR could push up even more here, now that it is seeing that moving average. As you know, whenever it hits the moving average and finds support, it could push up. When it doesn't, it can sell off. So we are at that critical level here. $10.83 is that moving average. $10.83, so it is above that moving average on LUNR. Should have held my position from yesterday. That's okay. We don't do that here. We don't do the shoulda, coulda, woulda. We did have 100 shares yesterday. If you look here, we made 60 bucks, but we sold at 10.15. 50 shares at 10.15, another 30 at 10.06. I don't really like to hold positions overnight, that's why. MACD is very open today on LUNR. Same with Sound. Sound would make more sense. I mean, you could almost double your money with both. I don't know if this would be good. Last time it got to this area, it got rejected pretty hard. There's no real significant news. Sam Altman iSpace could OpenAI challenge Elon Musk SpaceX. There's literally like no news on this. Did break through that consolidation period that we've been looking at for a while. Nvidia potentially getting rejected. We'll see if this can push higher. Same with QQQ. We're going to need this to get above this moving average in order to see some more upward momentum. We may have missed a move here. It's like there's a lot of resistance. Microsoft also, if this pushes above, we would be okay. AMD selling off. PayPal would have been a nice one as well. 60 to 61.50. SoFi, beautiful recovery from 28.50 to 29.42. We may have missed the move today, to be honest. Sound. Sound still has a ways to go. There's QQQ selling off. We'll see if this pushes up. If this pushes up, we can see a nice big move from the overall market. There goes Nvidia making newer highs. Now I have to decide which one, LUNR or sound. Sound is super overbought, as you can see here in the RSI, curling over. Same with LUNR, super overbought as well. These can come right back down very quickly, especially with Nvidia. QQQ getting rejected, so I do believe we can make a lower low, which means everything would come down. This could have been a short opportunity to push. There's also a lot of resistance right around this level as well, it looks like, from previous days, right? You see that here? 1319 seemed to be a pretty big area. So does that 1263. A lot of resistance around 1265, which it's almost to that point. LUNR also catching a lot of resistance right around this level. Right around here, it looks like there's a lot of resistance. It did validate this as a support now, even though it was in old resistance. Gonna move our alert up. Sound. See, we're very close to previous resistance. LU and R. I don't know. I really don't know today. That would have been the move. Beautiful 80 cents per share on LU and R. Sound had a very nice, another 80 cents. Nvidia curling over. We need Nvidia to get above 183 for really anything to do anything. QQQ getting rejected, staying above VWAP, which is this orange line. And then the 20 EMA, I like to watch this, the purple line. It's a little bit more smooth when it does bounce off of this level. It's very nice. I keep checking the news, but there's really nothing happening. Nvidia selling off, so it looks like we're just going to have to wait. Nvidia's selling off, so that means everything else is going to sell off with it. And sometimes there's just missed opportunities. I mean, there's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of missed opportunities. It's all about trying to identify the best opportunity, being patient and taking the trade. But sometimes being too patient or showing up to the market late can result in even more missed opportunities than you wanted. If I would have bought here, sound is selling off, there would be no point in me taking this trade. We're going to go ahead and take the 20 off for now, just to clear up the screen a little bit. Close the VWAP. Although I am curious again to see what this was at on the 20. It's right in that 20 pretty nicely here. Now you could change these in settings. I got 120, a 60, a 45, a 20, a 10, a 9. You could customize and make your own. Same with the moving average. They still have all the different moving averages. Nvidia's selling off hard. Microsoft going back down. Tesla going down. Google and Apple selling off still. Amazon selling off. AMD trying to hold above that moving average. Nvidia selling off. Yeah, if Nvidia can't make a good recovery, it's just another choppy day for Nvidia. Now they did have an ex-dividend date of 1 cent today, or their ex-dividend date was today, and they reported that they're going to give a 1 cent dividend per share to their shareholders. Looks like overall though everything's coming down. LUNR slowly pushing up. The market doesn't really affect LUNR as much as you would think. Just don't like that there's resistance here at 11.15. Such a big green candle usually comes with a fall. But it's been steadily pushing up since those $7 levels, $8 levels for LUNR. Sound also has some resistance around 1265. And technically it's not even out of its consolidation zone. This would technically be its consolidation zone. So still within this range, nothing too crazy here. Same thing with this one, it barely broke out of that range just recently. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing again. Bitcoin is starting to push up. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we get a nice bounce off of Nvidia. But still not looking good for QQQ. It's catching a lot of resistance. A lot of resistance around 624. It's not struggling to stay above 624 this week. Yeah, that would have been the play right there. 1030 to 1090, another, $60, 60 cents per share on LUNR. You guys see how this validated support on the moving average pushed up to 12, which was a common resistance, good average price, came back down to test the moving average again, and has been pushing up ever since. That is the kind of beautiful trade setup you want to see every single day. It's beautiful, right? It's textbook. Staying above, again right here on the 5-minute. It was below it, got rejected, pushed above it, validated it as a support, and pushed up to 1183. Flatlined, did the same thing, validated it, pushed up to 1246. Nvidia's got to push up though in order for this to move. 1260 isn't far off. 27 cents a share. Let's see what Nvidia's going to do. Looks like it's going to sell off. Good thing I didn't take a trade. At least right now anyways. The market is only been open about an hour and a half. Yeah, it looks like Nvidia is going to try to bounce here. Let's see if it can. See if it can, but I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to sell off. Interesting. LUNR pushed up to 11. Wow, very nice. Is Nvidia pushing again? No, Nvidia is actually selling off a little. Wow, looks like it's continuing to push. Waiting for a significant pullback here from this. So every time I get a green candle, it pulls back. Green candle pulls back. Look how huge that green candle was. It's actually coming back into that range again where it was previously. Had some significantly big candles throughout the day, throughout the past weeks, but we also get some big red candles too. So looks extremely bullish. It's very interesting. QQQ is selling off. Nvidia is selling off. But yet LUNR and Sound are both continuing to push. It looks good, but I believe it's overbought, you know? It's way overbought. Like, look, it's catching resistance at 1246. There's a lot of sellers in this area compared to buyers. QQQ's coming back down. It gets below 620, we could see some significant selling pressure. It needs to get above that moving average for it to be bullish again on the overall NASDAQ. I'm going to get out of these two trades on open. Hmm. 1260 is not much. 15 cents isn't much at all. And what, since 8:30 we've been watching it go up? Literally since 8:30, from 1060. That's 50 cents right there per share. 50 cents per share. We watched it go all the way up. Can't go up forever. Nvidia selling off still. Microsoft continuing to sell off. Google making lower lows. Apple and Amazon making lows. AMD crossing back over, so everything's showing signs of a sell-off here. Hood is pushing. So is PayPal. Intel's selling off. SoFi is holding. Sound is struggling to stay above 1247. It looks like this is beginning to sell off now. SQQQ, look at that, making new highs. QQQ selling off. So as the overall market sells off, somehow LUNR and Sound are continuing to push up, or at least hold these positions. Potentially 13. Doesn't mean it has to though. Look at this resistance here. I've gotten burned before. Just because it breaks the moving average doesn't mean there's not other common resistance levels. Like, I mean, we're even going back even May. A lot of resistance around $11. You guys see that? A lot of resistance there. Same with Sound. Just because it's above that moving average doesn't mean that this 1265 isn't a common resistance. There we go, Sound coming down. Because Nvidia's selling off. Did you already take baby? You're gonna take her now? Oh, at 9:30. I'm gonna turn the light on if you need it. Hmm. See what WEBULL's doing. Whoa. WEBULL has been selling off for a while. Sells off, breaks above, sells off, didn't break above, continuing to sell off. WEBULL would be interesting. Now this is a platform I use to trade. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to our watch list here. That's very interesting to see. It's about to cross over, what is that, 962? It's possible that this thing pushes. Interesting. All right, well, that was the fastest 30 minutes ever, guys. I'm going to continue to watch these trades and see if anything sets up for me. I appreciate your guys' time. And yeah, some days we make good trades and some days we make bad trades. Today we just happened to not take a trade. So I just don't feel comfortable as it pushed up already 5-6% to take a trade because it can come back down. Same with LUNR pushing up almost 8%. This can very easily come back down and get a retest. I mean, it's been pushing for 2 straight days. It's been pushing up. Sound also been pushing, for 2 days, about to come up to common resistance levels. And I know from experience those resistance levels can be very beneficial to know where they are because it can very easily get rejected off of those resistance levels. So it doesn't have to touch it every time, but it definitely can. Same thing with this. It's going to get resistance around 960. Is it going to push to 10 or is it going to sell off? So yeah, appreciate you guys' time. And like always, remember, let's end the year on a green note. Be patient, and we'll see you all in the next video.